This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I'm your host, Gianna, and special thank you to Sphere Rocket VA for connecting me today with Jamie. Jamie, welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I love that light. That's really cool.
Oh, the Icon Podcast?
Yeah.
Thank you. I thought it would be a nice touch for the background.
It's awesome.
It's cute. It stays on all the time, so I keep it. It's a nice little touch. Thanks, Jamie. Well, Jamie, I'd love to get to know about you. You know, what's your backstory? What market are you in? Where are you from? And how did you wind up in real estate?
Okay, that's a lot of questions, so I'll talk fast. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. That's the market I serve now. I've lived here for nearly 3 years. I've been in real estate for 12 years. So prior to that, I sold real estate in California. That's where I was born and raised. Started a team, had a team, sold a lot of real estate, decided to leverage and open up a home staging company. That kind of 10x'd our business. We started to sell even a whole lot more real estate. And then we opened up a retail design storefront. Mind you, I had a toddler at my ankles and a baby on my hip through that crazy portion. So in 2017, it was a moment I'll never forget. I had my daughter. So obviously she was my second born. I had my daughter. The next day I came home from the hospital. The next day I was back staging houses, wearing her 2 days postpartum. Like, I'm stupid, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is crazy, but this is the thing. Going through all of that and being completely over leveraged, stressed out, that led me to EXP. I remember looking at my husband one day, crying at him, saying, this is not what I envisioned of my life. Sure, we had financial freedom. We didn't have time freedom. We certainly did not have location freedom, right? Running 3 small businesses. It was the most miserable year of my life. Miserable.
Yeah.
How many people do you really hear say that though at this company, that they were over leveraged and they had no time freedom and they were just stressed out? I'm like, yeah, sure, I made over $500,000, but what good is it when you're stressed out? Your health starts to suffer. I had anxiety, right? So anyways, to make an extremely long story short, we decided that we were going to close our shop. We decided we were going to go after our 10-year plus dream of relocating to Raleigh, where I'm at now.
Okay.
And so we had to be hush because we didn't want to completely have our sales dry up before we relocated. And we planned our exit strategy over the next year. And so I landed here June of 2019 was when I got to Raleigh. Spent 6 months figuring it out and getting to know my new area. Yeah. Most amazing 6 months of my life because I got to spend time with my kids for the first time ever, not having to worry about picking up my phone to sell a house, all day long. So that was great. It was a great 6 months. It was what I needed to kind of recharge. Then in January of 2020, yes, the year of the pandemic, that's when I happened upon EXP actually for the second time. The first time, I'm kicking myself. I heard about them. I was almost 9 months pregnant with my son, right? So I had been selling real estate for a few years and I came across EXP. I wanted a brokerage that could support me from home, that had online training, and I happened upon EXP. And that was even before they came out with the Icon program. So it was like 2014 that had first come across them. It was still somewhat new and small. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know that I could do this. So anyways, fast forward to 2020 and I finally joined. And I just put my head down. I was like, I just relocated to Raleigh. I need to figure out how to feed my babies. I need to get back into the sales game. Did everything right that we're supposed to do. And my first year, brand new market, didn't know anybody. I sold over $12 million that year, and I iconed my first year at EXP in a brand new market. So
yes, you did. That's awesome.
Yeah. So if I can do it, really, honestly, anyone can do it. If you know how to sell real estate, you know how to market yourself, you know how to brand yourself. We're not trees. We can pick up and move. We can relocate. We can start over. So that's for y'all listening. If you are looking at relocating, do it. EXP is the best platform to be able to relocate, and that is my biggest regret that I didn't join before I relocated. So
great advice, Jamie. And you said you came across EXP when you were pregnant, and you were like, okay, this is a small brokerage. I don't know if I could do it.
Yep.
Then you came across it again. What really drew you in about EXP?
Yeah,
Why did you make that switch?
It was the icon. It was the icon award that I was like, wait a minute. So you're telling me, and at this time when I finally joined, we only had about 20,000 agents at the company. And, relatively speaking, that's still somewhat small for a global company. So I was like, well, there's an opportunity here, but the rev share was great. I was kind of looking at that, but it was actually the icon award that I was like, okay, so you mean if I bust my ass and actually sell as many houses as I was before, that I'm going to get my cap back, and I'm going to get that in company stock to build and grow over the next 5, 10, 15 years, however long I want to hang on to that.
Yeah.
And it was in that moment, I think you, as an agent, you think differently when you're at a brick and mortar franchise. Mm-hmm. When you come over to EXP, it helps change your mindset and makes you think like a true entrepreneur, right? That you're an agent owner in this company and you get the opportunity to get that stock back. So that's what truly changed my mind. And I was like, okay, if I can do this, that would be awesome. And then the other part was the rev share and being able to have location freedom and being able to build a brand and help agents all across the country. So here I am now. It's been 2 years. I've iconed twice, and I have nearly 100 agents now in my organization. So my revenue share check this month alone is probably going to be between $8,000 and $9,000, which is incredible. So to say this company has changed my life in all of the best ways is an understatement. I mean, and talk about true leverage. So yeah.
No, that's fantastic. And what a great story you have to offer and to share, Jamie. And thank you for, diving into detail there, because a lot of people are like, oh, I just found an EXP. No, I want to hear it all. That's awesome. Your whole journey here and before EXP and with EXP is really cool, and you really like that, those stock options, the rev share. Yeah. Is that what really makes you say, I'm never leaving this place? Or, what do you really like? What makes you say EXP is it? End game for me.
It is in game for me. You know why? All of that stuff is great. The rev share is kind of the cherry on top. The icon status and earning stock, that's incredible. But you know what it is? It's the people. It's being in the right rooms. It's being able to collaborate with incredible people. It's being able to never outgrow this company, because there's always going to be something that you can learn from someone else. And I think you actually have the most entrepreneurial mindseted people at this company that get it. And they get that, like, if I can help you and you can help me and our stock grows and we're all winning together, it's like, it's one big fire. And there's nothing out there like this that exists. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you are being told day in and day out that you have the most collaborative brokerage out there. If you're not at EXP, it's a lie. A lie.
EXP, come on, get with it.
EXP is game changer. The ability to freaking icon my first year here in a new market where I didn't know anyone, there's no way I would have been able to do that aligned at another brokerage. I'm sorry.
Right.
There just wasn't. So,
and EXP provides all those tools for you, everything that you need. All you got to do is pick them up and dive in. You said you really put your head down. And Jamie, obviously you come from a place where you experienced a lot of burnout, and you wore yourself out to the bone. You were in tears. You didn't love where you were at. Now, how do you make sure that you're avoiding that now? How do you make sure you're avoiding burnout and you've got a work-life balance going on?
It's kind of funny. Work-life balance even now is hard. I'm not going to lie. It's still hard, but I get to make my schedule what I want it to be. And I get to leverage better through my partner agents.
Yes.
So if I have a deal that, like, honestly, I probably am not the best agent to service them because it's on the other side of the triangle, 45-minute drive from me. Guess what? I have the ability to say, I have an incredible partner agent that would love to help you, who lives right in that area. And so being able to leverage yourself better, being able to invite people to this company and also share with them how to be a top producing agent and help them chase the Icon Award, that allows you the opportunity to leverage better. But it's more than that. So I tell people all the time, if you have a social media following, if you have any type of influence, if you have great connections, there's no reason why you shouldn't be at EXP, because you're leaving money on the table. And I'm not even talking about just what the brokerage has to offer, right? That's this is the box. But think outside the box and think about what kind of different things can you dive into? Like, look at Justin. He has Spear Rocket. Me, I am a co-founder of Girls Are Great Collective, which is a women's empowerment group and a coaching platform for women in real estate. I mean, I know so many incredible agents at this company that have other things and other opportunities to make other income. So EXP, more than anything, is a platform to help us leverage our time better to really chase the things that we're truly super passionate about. Yes, real estate pays the bills. Yes, I love working with clients. But at the end of the day, you know what my passion project is now? Empowering other women and my partner agents to learn how to sell real estate. And that is what has changed the game at EXP. We didn't have that anywhere else, right? Yeah. So for me, it's like being able to leverage my time better through my partner agents, through that rev share. If I have a skinny month and I'm not selling as many houses or whatever, I'm able to leverage my time out better, still Icon, and still chase all of these other things that I have going on and make another source of income. So now I'm thinking like a true entrepreneur to be able to have 7, 8 sources of income. It's crazy.
Absolutely. And it's great that EXP supports that. They're not worried about losing you. They're like, these are our agents. Our agents represent us, and we want these people to be badasses. That's why they give the Icon Award to the top 2%. The Icon Award isn't just for anyone. It's for somebody that, is a high producer, has their work-life balance worked out enough to where they can give back culturally, where they can, really dive into all aspects of EXP. And, they've got to be the right kind of leader. They're put through interviews. You don't just Icon because of the production. You Icon. There's so many aspects to it. And I love that you love the entrepreneurial spirit here at EXP, because it's huge. It's a big flame that burns, and not a lot of people take advantage of it. A lot of people are over here like, what do I do now? There's 150 hours of training. Well, it's up to you.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. And that's cool. Like, they never... I think that's the biggest thing. The culture at EXP, obviously, that's like top of mind for me. But the other option, an opportunity, I guess, is being able to do whatever we want and not diminishing our own personal brand to chase whatever other things we want. They're never going to tell us, oh, you can't have that. I know other brokerages would, where they tell you, sorry, that's a conflict of interest. You can't do that. Well, not at EXP. You want to chase other things? Go for it.
Oh, 100%. And it makes it, I had somebody refer to it the other day as it's like a cruise ship, right? There's so many amenities, but they're all going on at the same time. At 9 a.m., there's yoga on the front deck. There's an all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet. There's Zumba on the back deck. But you have to choose which one is best suited to you, which means giving up some other stuff for the moment, but that doesn't mean that you can't pursue it later. If you're looking at your production and iconing, maybe you're not working as hard on your downline, or you're working hard on your downline. Maybe you're not working as hard on your production, or you're not focused on iconing and the other awards that are out there. So it's great to see, all the amenities that EXP has to offer to their agents. You don't get bored, truly.
I don't understand why there's so many people that are like, I'll never come to EXP. Not so many, but I do hear, in like mastermind Facebook groups and stuff like that. I'm like, you have no idea what you're missing and how ridiculous you sound for not even looking at this. Like, talk about being closed-minded to your own detriment. Like,
okay, be a bandwagoner, okay? Jump on, because we want you to, and it's good for you. Okay, whatever. For once in your life, swallow your pride, be a bandwagoner. It's not the Super Bowl. You're not picking a team last minute. It's real estate, it's a career, it's entrepreneurship. And, usually that's like one of my last questions, but what would you say to somebody that's on the fence about EXP? They see the grass is greener, and they're like, it's cold. It's cold.
It's not a cult. I was at another brokerage. I won't say where. Their colors are red. I felt like I was at a cult there. I had to leave that as fast as I could after a couple of years. Here's the thing. People say it's a cult. They say we recruit. All we do is recruit. We're focused on recruiting. That's not true. Why am I on this podcast with you telling you how much real estate I sold? I sold $21 million as a solo agent last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I sell a lot of real estate.
You don't have to recruit if you don't want to. No, but Jamie, you're smart and you have, and now you've got a huge upline coming towards you, and you're like,
I mean, here's the thing. Like, people can say it's a cult all they want, but it's no different than me going and opening up my own franchise. It's no different than me going and opening up a small boutique brokerage and recruiting to my brokerage. It's no different. The difference is we have the structure here. We have the infrastructure to support all of these small boutique brokerages, these teams, solo agents. No matter if you're brand new, you've been a veteran agent for 20, 30 plus years, you run a big ass team. It doesn't matter. We have the infrastructure for whatever it is that you need. There's no reason to not look at this. And if you're not looking at it because you feel like it's a cult, that's your own opinion based on probably what somebody else has told you or based on what you've actually read. And now here's the thing. The things that maybe your broker is telling you or your franchise owner is telling you or the things that you have read, why are you listening to advice from people who've never experienced EXP? Mm-hmm. Like that makes no sense to me. You're listening to somebody who's never actually experienced EXP and allowing you to formulate an opinion based on what they assume it is. Like, how silly is that? And at the end of the day, you need to sit down with somebody who has seen success at EXP and have them break down the model and why it's worked for them, right? I think that's important, is at least listen to it. Swallow your pride, sit down and talk with somebody, figure out what they have done at EXP to get to the level of success that they're at, and ask them like how long it took them to icon. Ask them how long it took them to build out their organization. Ask them all the questions that you have that matter and formulate your own opinion about what EXP is. And Jenna, I told you I have an organization of about 100 agents now. Guess how much passive income that's going to afford me this year?
You said, you were looking at a check this month for $8,000 to $9,000 just this month, which is crazy.
Just this month, it gets direct deposited into my bank account. So yes, it's real money. It's not fake like I've heard people say on the internet. It's real money. It's gonna pay for my BMW. It's paying for my beach house. It's affording me the opportunity to send my kids to private school. Listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna make over 6-figure passive income just through the revenue share. That's not even through what I'm selling. That's not even through my stock awards. That's not even through my other solo business, right? So at the end of the day, think of what you want about EXP, but you need to sit down and talk to somebody that's had this level of success and can explain it to you in a way that you understand, right? I think that's the biggest thing, is there's so many people out there that just want to get you. Go align with somebody that actually cares and is going to be there to support you and your partner agents that you bring to the company. So at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself to look at this. And if you don't, you're going to be kicking yourself in 2 to 3 years, because guess what? Everyone's coming to EXP, whether you like it or not.
Yep. And there's a reason, because it's got a great model.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a fire that burns brighter and brighter, and in such a good way. And, Jamie, let's talk about your Icon Award. I want to see it through your eyes, right?
Ooh,
so you icon the first year. You've iconed twice. It's awesome. And so, what's the Icon Award to you? What's it in your definition? What production did you have to do in your market to get there? And, how did you contribute back? Did you speak? Did you mentor? Did you, give us the Icon Award through Jamie's point of view?
Yeah, so the Icon Award, for the first time in my life, I actually earned a glass trophy that was more than just a glass trophy. It actually has real monetary value backed behind it, which is cool. And I'm saying that because we're in the season of everyone holding up their certificates and holding up their glass trophies and posting photos of them all over the internet at their current brokerages. But all it is a piece of paper and a piece of glass. That to me means financial freedom. That to me means generational wealth. That to me means my exit strategy. I can stop selling houses when I want to. I don't have to sell until I'm 65, 75. If I want to stop selling houses and step out of production next year, I can if I want to. Because of the passive income I built through RevShare, I can step out of production. I don't have to open doors anymore. I can allow partner agents to do those deals. So for me, that's huge. That's my exit strategy, right? But more than anything, I think the cool thing about that is that it's given me the opportunity to give back to this brokerage. So for me, what I had to do in order to meet that icon in my market here in Raleigh, it took me about 8 deals to cap, plus another, 20 deals after that, maybe 25 because of referral fees and stuff. So under 30 deals in my market. If you're selling that much, you can icon in my market. So that's cool. So that's what production level, maybe somewhere around 10 million or so is what it would take for you to icon here in Raleigh. So that's really cool. It's, I mean, if you think about it, if you're just selling a couple houses a month, maybe you could actually icon. Isn't that crazy?
That is cool. I have met some part-time real estate agents that have icons. Well, if you put your head down and do it.
Yep. The only person limiting that is yourself. So get out of your own way. But to get back to the company, that's another cool thing. And there's lots of different ways that you can do it. So I became a certified mentor. So I do mentor agents here in the Raleigh area and teach them how to sell houses. So I hold their hand through their first 3 deals. And once they are done with that, they graduate out of the mentorship program. I know you can also do icon stuff in our cloud brokerage inside the world and teach classes. I'll probably elect to do that option next year. It looks cool. And there's a lot of awesome things that you can learn from other top agents all across the country. So not am I only learning from agents in my market center, not only my, MLS, but I'm learning from agents all across the US. So wherever they're selling at a high level in their market, maybe I can learn something from them, bring it back and implement it to my market. So that's what's cool about those icon trainings in our cloud office is you're learning things from other people outside your market center, which is huge.
100%. They're live, they're real, they're in the industry like you are, not just, some social media influencer. They're actually in the
selling.
Yeah.
They're iconing. They're selling in the houses that icon. So obviously they're doing something right. So I think that's cool. And everyone has their own story to share. Everyone has their own secret sauce and tips and tricks to get to where they have been. And if you're trying to get to that, then guess what? If you're at EXP, go jump in the world and go listen to all of these icons, do these trainings. Pick one a day and learn something different. Because if you actually implement what they're teaching you, you will also icon. But that's the thing. You have to implement it. You can't just sit here and learn all day long. You have to implement it. And you too can icon.
That's true. Yeah, no, you're right. Like, you've got your tool belt laying here, but you got to pick them up. It's up to you to learn how to use them and to utilize them and everything else in between. And that's very well put, Jamie. And I would love to know, for somebody that's new to EXP or they're new to real estate and EXP in general, you did it. So how could somebody in their first year over here, icon? Is that possible? Is that going to be too high of an ambition for them? Are they going to be disappointed? What little goals should they set out? Just some advice to the newbies watching.
Oh my gosh, there's so much that you can do to build your business. Obviously, I wasn't new to real estate. I was new to Raleigh. But if I can icon in a brand new market, knowing nobody, you being a brand new agent, you can do it too. You have to put your head down. You have to build your brand. You have to connect with people online. Guess what? What better brokerage to be at to be able to learn how to connect with people online than EXP?
So true.
Opportunities for referrals are huge here. So that's another thing. I was able to network and connect with people through a freaking pandemic. Hello. And being able to do that, connect with people, getting referrals, all of that good stuff, connecting online, building your brand, and learning how to utilize the tools we have here at EXP, mainly KV Core to generate leads. So it's not only a CRM, it's a lead gen system. If you utilize that in the correct way, you'll get in front of a lot of people. You'll be able to pick up the phone and have conversations. That's another thing as a newbie. You cannot be afraid to pick up the phone. You have to be able to have conversations with people. And I think this world is becoming more and more online. Like everyone's online now, especially the pandemic kind of fast forwarded things quite a bit. And so if you can connect with people online before they actually get to wherever you are, you're going to be able to help a lot of people buy real estate where you're at. And same thing, buyers turn into sellers a couple years later. So just focus on getting your name out there, focus on branding yourself, focus on social media, pick 1, 2, no more than 2 really. 3, you're kind of pushing it, platforms. to build a brand and get leads that way. That's what I did. I put my name out there on Instagram and Facebook, and boom, it blew up. So that's huge. And here's the thing. I do teach a lot about Instagram. You don't have to have a huge following to make an impact. Some of those numbers are vanity numbers, right? It's a vanity metric, like, oh, I need 10,000 followers. No, you don't. I started my Instagram all over again, brand new from scratch when I moved to Raleigh. It's about positioning yourself, branding yourself, being the digital mayor of your area, right? You want to become known as the expert, and no better way than putting yourself out there on social media, using the correct hashtags, using reels, doing all of those things to get in front of people to build your brand online. That's going to really serve you well, and it's going to be able to grow with you, but you don't have to have a lot of people to make an impact. I had maybe 3,000 followers my first year, and I can say probably at least 8 million of the 12 million I sold my first year in Raleigh were from meeting people online through either Instagram or Facebook or referrals. So that's crazy.
Incredible. Yeah, no, I would love to have you back on to kind of do like a spin-off episode of like how you rebranded and how you built your Instagram. We can go into a little more detail about that. I think that would be fabulous content. And you know, those are all the questions that I have for you today, Jamie, but is there anything right now that you feel like you left unsaid that you'd like to touch on before we call it quits and start planning that recap episode? Because I'm very serious. I would love that opportunity.
Yeah, I'd love to. No, the last thing I'll leave your listeners with is at the end of the day, you have to be consistent. You can't pick something and do it for a month and say, oh crap, it didn't work. No, you didn't work. You have to be consistent, and that's how you build a brand, and that's how you build a business. It's little tiny movement every single day, little steps every single day, being consistent and doing the same thing over and over and over. That's going to get you the results that you want. So remain consistent and your business will grow. Absolutely.
That's great. Great advice, Jamie. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm serious. I'm so excited for a spinoff episode to kind of learn, you know, just little bits and pieces of how you rebranded and to tell other icons, you know, it's possible to set out and do that. And you're not a tree and you can move. And I think that would be an excellent show. This has been one of my favorite episodes so far. So Jamie,
you probably say that every time though, but
you can listen. You can listen. Don't skip to the end of all my podcasts, Jamie. I don't said that once to anybody.
Well, listen, if you have any women in real estate that are listening to this, tell them to go join Girls with Grit Collective. It's an incredible group for women in real estate. We empower each other, we uplift each other, and guess what? You'll get to hang out with me a couple times a month where I kind of coach, train, and mentor you in that group.
Yeah.
So join us.
And again, tell me the name of it again one more time.
It's Girls with Grit Collective, and you can find us on Facebook.
Girls with Grit Collective. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Jamie, thank you so much. And again, please reach out to me for a spin-off episode because I'm ready when you are.
Let's go.
Awesome. Thanks, Jamie. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.